How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. It had a strong pullback inside of the market. We saw there was a sell-off, and I want to make sure you guys are prepared going into tomorrow. I did talk about those potential levels where it could visit. It could visit around $2.60 on a bad day. And of course, we got to a low at $2.66. So you know what? I'll talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.69, being down 9.12%. On the low, it tested $2.66. And then on the high, testing $3.05. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 19.799 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 31.875 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, and along with the volatility in the market, so that's why we saw a strong sell-off in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 41.88. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and as well as the 50-day. So we've been downtrending, and you could see that we are officially in a bear market. We ended up breaking through the pattern, but one thing that I want to bring to your attention, though, if we can hold up above 260, things can still continue to look good. We ended up seeing a high of the day at $3.05. So we know as far as $3 is concerned, we need to get back above it. And like I've said in previous videos, if we end up breaking through 260, then the next level where we have some support is right here around 250. And as well as taking into consideration at the worst case scenario, if we visit it, is at $2.37. So keep an eye on these levels. If you're going to be looking for that reversal upon passing $3, I'd want to see us get to the 21-day EMA, which is around $3.19. And then upon doing that, we need to get past $3.30 and then essentially making that move, getting above 384. This is very key for BBIG. And if we don't end up seeing this kind of price action, we can move further to the downside. So now let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for BBIG. Scrolling down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we don't have any recent filings. We just have changes here for February the 23rd. We both have from Simplex Trading LLC with their calls and their puts, and it looks like they increased that value from the percentage change. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 43.12%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 4.508 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 4.8 million, updated 7 minutes ago. And then when we take a look at the short borrow fee rate on the high, it was at 43.91, and that's exactly where it closed for the latest 7 minutes ago. And on the minimum, it was at 38.80. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we could see for the close of the 18th, it was at 52.22. And then for the close of the 22nd, which was yesterday, being at 43.12. So one thing that remains the same, BBIG does have short squeeze potential, and we've noticed a dramatic decrease when it comes to the short borrow fee as well. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we see here on the inflow, it was at 9.98, and then on the outflows at 9.81. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 6.51, and then on the small, it was 3.47. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 0.51. On the medium, it was 6.60, and then on the small, it was 2.70. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for today, February 23rd, it being that negative outflow of 508.16. And keep in mind, this is in the thousands, so just over 508,000. When we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, or funds, we had more selling than we had buying. But overall, it was an inflow day. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 14.62%. So not too bad for a stock like BBIG. I already told you guys how much we've seen a big time improvement. And then when we combine the volatility we had inside of the market today, there's still a lot to look forward to. I will talk about it further inside of the final thoughts, so let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, in regards to the price action, if we continue to have a pullback, then we want to see support hold up at $2.55. And if that level breaks, then we want to make sure that support can hold at $2.36. Of course, if you've been wanting to get into this play, this does provide an opportunity if you're getting in at those levels, because I do see this stock sometime this year getting back above $3, especially when we get some more info in regards to the record date. And of course, we know as far as catalysts are concerned for BBIG, the stock could start moving very quickly. And also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. And we also do see a dramatic decrease in the short borrow fee rate as well. So what this tells me, shorts maybe were doing some covering while the stock was pulling back, especially when there's not a lot of buying volume or interest on the retail side. That is a perfect opportunity to close out some positions. But one thing that we did see from the order flow, retail was behind the dip on BBIG, and I saw inside of the after hours it was around $2.70. So if the market ends up picking up tomorrow, I want to see a strong recovery, and the level where I want to see it make a strong recovery to, of course, is at $3. This is a very key level for us, and the moment we could reclaim $3, I want to see that move going to $3.30, the next level being around at $3.50, and then of course I want to see us get above $3.84 to get that breakout to $4. Let's be honest here, but if you're doing your homework and you're doing your due diligence, you already know what the upside looks like if you're going to be jumping into this play. And if the stock is pulling back, then you should feel confident enough to add to your position. If you do not feel confident enough, then maybe this is a play that you should not be in, or maybe if you are thinking about getting into it, maybe you should just look at something else. I want to make sure that I'm really emphasizing this, because a lot of times you'll hear people saying, well, the stock is going to go to here, the stock is going to go to there, and then you say to yourself, well, you know what, it's time to punch in that lottery ticket. Let's see how much money I can make off of this play. And then when it doesn't go the way that you want, you get frustrated and you start placing the blame. So that's why I want to make sure that you're taking responsibility. This is very key, especially going into this year where we're going to be looking forward to seeing more interest rate hikes and so forth. You want to be extremely selective in the plays you're in. And if you are going to be jumping into a volatile play, hey, I do it day in and day out. We talk about this inside of the Discord. We're in plays in and out and so forth. You want to make sure you have a strategy. Know your entry, know your exit, have a stop loss, and this is what's going to help you be a better trader, especially for year 2022 and beyond. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how this stock performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.